Hi, I'm Gene Eidelman with GamePlan Learning, and I just exposed my business on BizLinks TV network. Learn more about how you can transform the way you select, recruit, and train employees. Coming up on my episode of That's My Biz on bizlinks.tv.
That's My Biz is sponsored by Visita Live Site and Constant Contact. Hi everyone, I'm Pamela Alexander and welcome back to another episode of That's My Biz. As always, we enjoy bringing to you the wonderful businesses, nonprofits, and associations that we meet when we're out there networking. We want to remind you that you can catch this episode again and episodes in our archives at www.bizlinks.tv. Also, don't forget to check out our social media properties at facebook.com/bizlinkstv. Of course, we're on Instagram, we're on Pinterest, and don't forget to check us out on YouTube. Make sure that you subscribe so you can get updates about upcoming episodes. We have a fantastic guest with us today. I tell you, we go out and we're networking a lot of places and we meet a lot of great and interesting businesses. So we have with us today Mr. Gene Eidelman with GamePlan. Welcome.
Great to see you again, Pam.
Thank you so much. Now, I'll tell you a little bit about GamePlan. Now, it's being launched. They are Gene and his co-founder are serial entrepreneurs, and they are education reform pioneers. And this is something that's really interesting, near and dear to my heart, because it's about technology all at the same time, including education as well. So I'm going to dive right in, because Gene, I want you to tell everyone just exactly what GamePlan is all about.
Sure. GamePlan, Pam, we're trying to change the way businesses recruit, select, and train employees.
Okay.
What we really believe is that there is a lot of talent out there that businesses don't reach out to. They blame skills gap, sometimes other reasons. And we think that we can help employers to better understand young people. And at the same time, we want young people to better understand how to get a great career, how to be successful in their career, how to be promotable. Okay. So it really works well for businesses and for a lot of young people who have tremendous talents.
Okay, so now this is a software platform?
Yeah, it's software as a service platform.
Okay.
Because we're able to automate the process of both selection and training. So our goal is to really understand what a person would love to do, then to understand what skills are necessary for that job, to figure out what a person has already, and then come up with a very quick way to learn additional skills.
Okay, so now do companies then start internally with using your software with their existing employees to kind of make sure that they're in the right positions, or is it for individuals to then utilize the software and then the companies come to you to find out who are their target?
Yeah, it works actually both ways.
Okay.
So for companies, we try to help them determine what the why they're attracted to young employees.
Okay.
So we can, for example, assess their employees now and see common personality traits of the most successful people in their organization. Okay. Once we understand that, then we go out and look for employees for whom this is going to be the right culture fit. Okay. We really feel that to have the right fit is more important than necessarily have all the right skills. Because in today's environment, skills required for any job are changing constantly. So to look for somebody with 100% skill fit is just unrealistic. So for individual people who are looking for careers, what we want to do is really examine what career they would enjoy the most, regardless of what skills they might possess. Okay. Because if we can determine what career they would enjoy, then we can show them, again, all in an automated way, we can show them what skills are necessary for that career. Okay. And then if they have a skills gap, we can point them to educational resources. You know, internet should be a kind of a revolutionary way to kind of equalize things.
Right.
If you maybe didn't have the best educational resources when you were in high school or in college, now you can go on the YouTube and watch a quick video and learn a new skill. Right. So I really believe the most important thing is to determine what your passion is. When young people understand what their passion is, what's required for them, there are so many resources that are either free or very inexpensive, where they can learn in very short bits of the skills necessary and even make them more attractive to employers that are looking for this kind of personality traits and skills.
Yeah, I love this because, especially today, the big conversation when we're talking about the workforce are millennials. And just kind of, there's a whole different mentality as we're hearing more and more about it in how millennials approach working and approach the job force. So in this scenario with GamePlan, then would someone that's just out of college, for example, then go to your website and then take like a personality test to see where they may be a fit?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's free. So they go to our website, they take a test. It takes under 20 minutes.
Okay.
We wanted to make sure it's quick.
Okay.
And they get immediate results. They get immediate results. They can take a look at the 10 careers they would enjoy the most. But the 2 careers that they would really be well suited for, they can go on and click on that career. It'll show them all the skills required, and they can take a skill test. Again, all of it is free. And once they take a skill test for a particular skill they see they don't do well, it points them to educational resources that they can learn and then retake the skill. And they can do it in their own home, totally comfortable.
Right.
You mentioned college. I actually believe that it could work for somebody who didn't finish college.
Okay.
Because some of the best jobs now, people are not looking necessarily at what degrees you have or where you have from. It's more important for employers to see that somebody has a resilience and grit. Somebody can start a course and finish it. So in my mind, it's more important to find out what you're going to be passionate about and look at some courses where they can start and finish than going out and finishing a degree that is much more long-term.
Yeah.
The reality is, if you were to try to finish a degree, by the time you're finished, the job market will will change.
Right.
So the skills that are going to be necessary in just a few years might be totally irrelevant to what you're taking.
Right.
And it is more important to demonstrate that you have a passion about something and that you're willing to jump in, take a course, finish it. So the grit and just the resilience is more important right now than what college you went to.
Yeah, and that is so important because we have a lot of viewers out there. So if you're a parent and you have a young person within your home or out of your home, but someone who is really trying to find their way and find out what works well for them, please let them know about GamePlan so that they can start finding what the path is. Now, what I like is you talked about it looks at their personality. That's something my husband and I have gotten into most recently, and I love all the different personality tests and all that. So, and then how that applies in relating to other people. So I can see from the employer standpoint how you can start looking at this type of person works well in this job. Now we can train them to do the work that they need.
Right.
Talk a little bit about on the personality test side. What are the traits, or is it one of the particular testers out there, or is something new that you all created?
Yeah. It's actually something that I have worked with for the last 25 years through my previous 2 businesses. And what I love about this test, this assessment, is the fact that it looks at 175 personality traits.
Okay.
And it doesn't put you in the box.
Okay.
There are many of the personality tests that say, well, you are unorganized and maybe analytical but defensive.
Right.
And you know what? A lot of those tests put you in the box and you're just saying, well, this is what I am.
Right.
What our assessment does, it points you to, it shows you where you are now, but it allows you a way to move to another way. So it shows you enough information as, here's where I am, here's what I'm going to change. So many of the personality tests that everybody knows about been put together 20, 30, 40 years ago when the belief was, when things were not changing very fast. Well, in today's environment, things move so fast that I really believe people can change. And so the beauty of our assessment is you can take it today. You can take some courses, you can get some new jobs, and retake it in 6 months and be surprised at how much you moved.
Wow.
So that's the beauty. So it's something that's very well proven. This personality test has been around for 30 years and been tested over 3 million people. But we're an integration partner for it, so that we now can. I used to pay in my old company over $2,000 for somebody to fly in, take an assessment, and get results a week later. Now you can take it online and have immediate results.
Right.
So and now it's free. So it's really democratized. So people can really now understand. Here's what I will enjoy. Here's what I need to do to get there, and then retake it 6 months later, 12 months later, and see whether they've made the progress.
Right. I really like that because also, like you mentioned, you gain new skill sets that teach you how to interact. Like we may have a particular base personality trait, but you learn how to work with others in a different personality trait, so you kind of move that needle a little bit.
Exactly.
So being able to continue to take that test to see how you evolve and grow is fantastic. Yeah. Before we take a commercial break, please tell everyone how they can get in touch with you, especially for those that are out there either looking for their career or you maybe want to change their career, where they can go to be able to take the test. And when we come back, I want to talk about the employer side of it.
It's GamePlanLearning.com. Very simple. Just get on, register, and take an assessment. You can also upload your resume. Mm-hmm. So, for example, if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, mm-hmm. and many young people, less than 30% of young people are on LinkedIn. Mm-hmm. So you can upload your resume, and you'll get the immediate profile as well that you can use for in finding your job. So, GamePlanLearning.com.
Wow, fantastic. Make sure that you check it out, and we're going to be right back after this break for our sponsors.
Meet Shelley. She can make a Labradoodle look like, well, either one. And she's a marketer. Shelley uses constant contact email to spread the word about her services, whether it's staying in touch with her regular customers or reaching brand new ones. It works for Shelley, and her clients are delighted. Shelley's a marketer, and all it took was constant contact. Try it free.
Visita provides a complete business calendar, fully integrated with your client scheduling experience. You can view and manage your daily schedule and any upcoming meetings, and most importantly, schedule new appointments and follow-ups with your clients. Using Visita Calendar for client scheduling will save you time and deliver a better service to your clients. Visita Calendar automatically syncs with your existing calendar on Google, Outlook, iPhone, and more.
Welcome back, everyone. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors. Without them, this would not be possible. So we appreciate you and appreciate you continuing to support That's My Biz and BizLinks TV. If you're interested in being a sponsor, you can reach out to us at That's My Biz at BizLinks TV. We also, of course, want to thank you, our viewers. Please continue to give us your feedback, give us your comments as well, and let us know, information and that you're learning from our fantastic guests that we have. Today, we're talking to Mr. Gene Eidelman with GamePlan Learning, and we've gotten some great information already, especially for those of you who are looking for where you fit in for your career, or whether you want to change your career, and the great resources that are free for you out there. Then we learned that you could actually put your resume out there and get your LinkedIn profile created at the same time, and all of that's for free. So that's fantastic. Make sure you share that with everyone. And I want to segue now into talking about the benefits for the companies that work with you and work with GamePlan. You talk about it extending their corporate culture. Share a little bit more about what that means.
Yeah. What happens now, hiring employees is the most difficult task that any business will have. And really, there's a word out there, there's a war for talent. And so, especially in today's economy, understanding who the right person to bring on board, how to bring on board, making sure that once they come, they stay for a long time, are the critical things. In reality, the chances of hiring the right person are less than playing in blackjack. It's really just a gamble.
Yeah.
Study after study have shown that just conducting an interview is the least effective way to find the right employee. Wow. Because, and especially when you try to hire young people, people either don't have a profile on LinkedIn, they might have multiple profiles on other social media. So it is not that easy to understand the person. And then when you bring them in, have half an hour, even an hour of an interview, many employers are just surprised and shocked by the time a person comes to work.
Right.
So we want to bring a little more of a science to this, and also we really believe that it will not only improve the chances of employers bringing people who are right for the job, but it really improves for candidates to find the position that they can be passionate about. So the best way I believe, to go about it is take a look at your existing employees. And try to assess them. And really, you can do it just for your best employees, or you can do it for your whole workforce. Try to find what are the commonalities in the team that you already have. You can also, during that process, you can determine, here are the very easy to see things that attract everyone. You can also, if your business is growing or you're going in a different area, you can determine, it could be that we need different skills or different traits, so that you can, a lot of times, the opposites attract, right?
Okay, right.
But you can't start without knowing your existing team.
Okay.
Once you see who you have, the first step is to determine their resume.
Okay.
So I talked about in the previous segment about how degree is not necessary. Many times, employers put in the job placement, in the advertising, the wrong description for a position.
Okay.
Employers over and over find that, for example, they might be saying that a master's degree is required, but when they analyze their workforce, less than 70% of the people have the master's degree or have any degree. So for all the way from classifications, all the way to how many years of experience, a lot of times young people come with tech skills, and so somebody who might have very little experience might have more relevant experience than somebody who's been there for a long time. So A is determine what you have, determine what are the right skills and traits that you need in a new employee. And then using a company like GamePlan, you can actually hire people not only better, but also faster and cheaper. Because right now employers still rely on recruiters or on advertising on paid channels like newspapers, where if you understand who you're looking for, you could find a social media that is free or very inexpensive. You can find people who, the more you narrow the search, the better you can find people who would be right for. You also, this is a way to find a more diverse workforce. Some of the best innovations that companies have found is through their employees. Company after company find new markets, marketing to more diverse communities, not through the market study, but through the employees they might have. So be it hiring minorities, be it hiring women, smart companies find that the best source for this information is through their employees.
Well, this is good stuff. I hope you all are taking notes, because my wheels are turning, even as I think about even for smaller businesses, where it is a challenge, because you most of the time don't even know where to start, but we go through a lot of trial and error and bringing in people and make the mistakes of just bringing in people that you know and hoping they fit that particular job, but being able to go to a site like GamePlan and work through this more is fantastic. So now for companies working with GamePlan, now is it a cost for them?
Yes, yeah, definitely. Well, that's how we on one hand, we want to have as many applicants to use our tools, to know where their passion is. But companies are the ones who are paying for both the, there are three ways they can work with us. One is they can just implement our talent development program. Because even if they're not hiring, if they're moving to a new market or they're trying to implement new technology, many of their employees need to learn new skills. And going on the internet to look for new courses, where there are millions of new resources, is so difficult. If anything, there's lots of free stuff out there, but you can't. You just don't know what's good.
Get what you pay for sometimes, right? Yeah.
So companies can, for a very small subscription, for $15 per month per employee, work with us to develop this new careers for their employees. Number two is if they already have the candidates and they just need to understand how to select the right one, they can use our platform to just for selection purposes. They can, what I've talked about, assess their current employees or just assess the candidates and really have a much better understanding of who they're hiring.
So that might be then where they would take their existing candidates and then have them go to your site, and then they're able to get that information back to decide what candidates are ready.
We basically what we do is we help companies rank the candidates, and we're doing it blind. We don't meet the candidates. We can just show them, the personality traits and skills, and so a company can decide that, which is I really believe that personality traits are more important than the skills. But for some jobs, be it in medical field or construction, having a right skill is critical, right? So the company can put a different weight on the skills versus personality traits. And then finally, if a company is, like you said, smaller, doesn't have the necessarily recruiter or professional HR person or HR person who's familiar with recruiting, can just hire us and we will do on a contingency fee hire. And then the assessment and the talent development is included in the fee.
Okay.
And even the fee that we charge is a lot less than your recruiters. So recruiters charge from 20 to a third, 20% to a third of the salary. We charge only 15%. So it's better, faster, and less expensive.
You can't beat that. That's and we need that today with businesses and, you know, trying to grow in so many different ways. This is fantastic. Sounds like some wonderful resources. Now, is there an ideal size company that that would work well for GamePlan?
That's the beauty of our solution. It really can work. It doesn't matter the size. Our early customers, some of the very large companies, but I believe in entrepreneurs, and I want to make it simpler for entrepreneurs to launch successful businesses. And hiring your first employees is the most important thing. You know, people talk about different things of how to launch a successful business. I really believe that it's even finding your co-founder, finding some of your initial people. They can either propel your business or they can kill your business. So our solution can work for both. And we have also partners in the community, so if business is just too small or have some very specific need, we could bring somebody else with us who can help the business use our tools.
That is fantastic. I mean, so many uses and for targeting so many different people around this particular area of whether you're looking to improve, raise your career, or change your career, or whether you're a company. And I love this, especially for companies that don't have the resources to be able to tap into a service like yours and to be able to look at the person as a whole, not just kind of the answers and the canned answers, because we all learn how to have a successful interview and give those answers to help give us that leg up, but to really find out who that person is based on their personalities is great. So I love that. Now, I want to close with asking you, what are some tips that you would share with companies as far as finding and recruiting the right folks? And then again, and for those that are looking to get selected by a company, what are some tips that you would have for them?
For companies, it's really understanding where they are and where they want to be.
Okay.
And you can, where they are, it's understanding where all your employees are.
Okay.
And understanding the trend, whether your industry or your community is moving to. Because once you understand where you want to be, you can be able to use analytics and other tools. For all of this, we're using machine learning and artificial intelligence. This is some very sophisticated tools that were not available just a couple of years ago. So, but you can't use them unless you know where you want to be. For individuals, I really believe that you want to find your passion. I'm sure it's what you and your colleagues do with your network. You do what you love. You wake up in the morning, be it during the week or on the weekend, and you want to do what you love. And if you are at this, you're going to get better, there are going to be other opportunities, and you're going to be successful. And that's what I really believe for all people, and especially young people. People need to really understand what they're good at, what they would be enjoying doing, and then craft a path to themselves to get there. So that's my simple advice.
That's great. I appreciate that. Everyone, we know the world is changing, hiring is changing, companies are changing, the workforce is changing. So really tapping into a company like GamePlan. One thing I wanted to share, another reason that you want to tap into them, you all were declared by Inc. magazine the #1 fastest growing company serving inner city communities. That's huge. This is one of the reasons. I mean, they have the accolades behind them. They've been acknowledged by a lot of great companies with the services they're providing. If it's something that you haven't heard of, this is a great opportunity for you to go ahead and get out there and go to the website so that you can, just find out, are you in the right place? Sometimes we don't know that. We're just doing what we think is the best career for us, but maybe you're not in that right place, but this is an opportunity to find that out as well. And for those companies out there that are looking for the right employees, you're feeling like you're struggling with it, this is a great tool for you. Jean, before we leave, please tell them one more time how they can get in touch with you and how they can access GamePlan.
The best way is just to go to the website. It's http gameplanlearning.com. And there is a main page is for the employees, but there is a for business they can just register and we will contact them.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thanks, man. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Everyone, please once again reach out to GamePlan, and I think you should just go out there so that you can have that experience for yourself or for your company, so that you can make sure that you're getting the right staff. So make sure that you reach out to them. Make sure you watch this episode again. Share it with others. Let those that you know that may be talking about their jobs, they may not be happy in them. Let them know about this episode that they can learn more about GamePlan learning. And also, you can do that at www.bizlinks.tv. Also go to our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest. We're out there. BizLinks TV is a place to find us. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you like us. But give us your comments. That's what's so important. We appreciate you sharing your thoughts and your ideas. Let us know if you have information you want to pass on to our guests. Please do that. And let us know if you go out to the website and what your experience is as well, so that we can pass that on also. I'm Pamela Alexander with BizLinks TV Network, exposing your business to the world.